Hey guys, it's Joe the Big Nerdy Biker. I'm going to come out in front and say this is not the best video quality video I've put out yet. But I think it's one of my better videos so far. I've got new cameras that were used that turned out good, and I've got new cameras that were used that turned out bad, which is part of what turned into this quality thing. I had to re-record a lot of this video multiple times, some parts of it 3 or 4 times. There was an entire cold open section I had done with Sam McIntosh, my puppet, that's just doesn't exist for various reasons. Part of them technical with cameras, part of them my not understanding how to frame the puppet, and I just had to kind of get to a point where saying this video is good enough and to get it done so that I can hit my Tuesday deadlines that I'm giving myself. So, but go run through it. It's kind of an important video to me, as it is. And nice, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we got some cool new type of video in there for off of the bike. So that'll be a fun, cool thing. With that being said, we're gonna start the little Dukes of Hazzard, Waylon Jennings tribute thing that I start the intro with, and we'll get into the actual video. Please be patient with some of the video quality. It gets better towards the end when I just reshot at the desk versus trying to shoot in the hallway like I want to start doing. I'll see you in a little bit. This is probably about my 4th time trying to record things with this video. I got new equipment. It's not all working the way that I thought it was going to. So please bear with me. There's probably going to be a lot of cuts from a few different takes here. Sorry about that. I'm going to be honest with you, this past week has been straight up dog on multiple levels. I'm going to touch up on that a little bit as I go through doing the video today, because it's pertinent to what's been happening. There's no location reviews this week. I'd intended to go visit Go Away on Baton Tackle in Burlington, Wisconsin.
Go away, Baton!
Which I was 100% going to because of the name. But, again, we'll get into that in a little bit as I talk about what happened over the past week. But, on the bright side, this week we're going to have a new thing. I just got a Kodak Pix Pro SP360 camera, so it's a 360 degree camera. It's a action camera, so like a GoPro, but it catches 360 degree pictures and video. And I'm pretty excited to be able to bring you some new ways of going out on these rides with me when I'm out there. Before we get started, though, of course, I want to remind you that you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other social media at Big Nerdy Biker. I have all that in a link tree as well, along with a couple other places at Big Nerdy Biker on the link tree as well. Also, if you enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And also comment away. Let's get a dialogue going. The more I know what you guys want, the better I can provide for you. So like I said, last week was straight BS. On Friday, I got news about a immediate family member's health that had me shaken all weekend. I was also told by the person delivering the news to me that they didn't want to talk about it over the phone. Later that weekend, JoJo also had a family emergency. But back to my drama. I didn't understand why you wouldn't talk about a health thing over the phone. And that really had me freaked out. It turns out what was happening had to be seen to be fully understood. I was never going to comprehend things over the phone. I went and visited my folks on Monday due to the weather. I drove my no air conditioning pickup down in the 90-degree heat and humidity, which just absolutely sucked. We got to visit with my folks and find out what all the hullabaloo was about. I'm going to keep things close to the vest on what's going on because we don't have all the information. But it was not a fun day. So Tuesday was storms all day. Tornadoes ripped through some areas not too far from me, but also not too close, which kept me indoors. But my new Kodak Pix Pro SP360 arrived. This is the, it's like a GoPro type deal, except it takes 360-degree video. As you know, I like taking videos on the road, and I can't always get the angles I want. Sometimes what I want is on the left-hand side, and my camera's always facing right when I'm using my cell phone, or my camera's facing straight ahead, and I can't get what's on the left. So I got this 360 camera so I can leave it running, and then edit to get what I want to get. I'm still figuring this gizmo out, so it's going to be a while before there's any amazing video. But I also think it will help with restaurant reviews as well as the writing videos, because I can put it on the table and just let it run while I'm eating, recording what we're saying, you know, discussing the stuff, and getting pictures of the food, because I never remember to take pictures of the food while I'm eating. Wednesday we finally got a break in the weather, so I decided to jump on the scooter and give the fancy new camera a spin. I had a minor plan. Like I said, I was going to go check out the tackle shop up in Burlington called Go Away, I'm Baitin'.
Go away, Baitin'!
And, then swing through, see JoJo real quick, and head home before any weather really hit. So I shot over, and I had this camera running, so you'll see some video from part of that. So I overshot.
Go away, Baitin'!
I wasn't paying real close attention. It looks like a house, so I kind of went past it. I'm like, hey, okay, I'm going to go to town, and I'm going to find a place to stop, grab an ice cream, because I like ice cream. You know, it's been a rough week. I don't like to drink when I'm in a foul mood, because alcohol turns up my volume, and if I'm in a good mood, it's great, but if I'm in a foul mood, it's not good for me to have alcohol. So I get to town in Burlington, and I grab my clutch, and there's nothing at all. So I was lucky, not a lot of traffic, and I was able to coast to do a parking lot. I just stalled the bike out once I get in the parking lot, and I'll be honest with you, there couldn't have been a much better place for that cable to snap, except for in my own parking lot, or anywhere 50 miles closer to my house than where it happened. Me. I wasn't able to do any of the hacky fixes that I know to repair a clutch cable. It was just snapped in a weird way. And I was also too worked up to do the old yank the clutch cable while you ride thing to get myself home. I did, however, place a rush order for 2 cables, 1 replacement and 1 spare to keep in my bag, because this is the second time I've had a clutch cable snap on me on this bike. The last one was probably 15,000 miles ago in 2017. I know it was 2017 because I was able to look that up. But I did place a rush order for 2 custom cables. They have to be custom because my bars are 12 inches over, and I'm looking to go to an 18-inch over. But yeah, so I got to give a big shout out to Barnett Clutches for how helpful their people were. It was really appreciated, and you know, I placed my order super late on Wednesday, close of business Wednesday, so they produced my cables on Thursday, got them on the road on Friday. Saturday, Sunday don't count for transit, and then they're going to be in hand on Monday. So they really got my cables to me, custom cables to me in 5 days, 5 real days, but legitimately 2 business days. So that's fantastic. I'm also going to give a shout out to the place that let me stash my bike for the couple days here. They didn't have to. They were very accommodating. They asked me to just, you know, shove it in the corner of the place, and I did. Got it under a tarp to protect it. I'm not going to say where it is right now, in case the video gets out before I get my bike repaired and on the road again, which it should be a real quick repair, and after all the gobbledygook I've dealt with this video is not getting out before the bike is out. But I'm going to give them a shout in the next video. Now on to some nerdiness. Star Trek Lower Decks is back. I love this show, and it has far more Star Trek spirit
than any of the other current Trek shows do. If you haven't seen it, despite its like Rick and Morty-esque humor and Rick and Morty-esque animation, it's far more respectful to the TNG era Star Trek that includes Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, than the current shows like Picard, Discovery, and the J.J. Abrams movies are. It really feels like it belongs, despite the wackiness that's going on. It's almost like you're watching a sitcom that Commander Riker would be watching on his downtime. Bad Batch wrapped its final season. I feel like the previous episode would have been a far better season finale than the one that they ended the season with. The newest episode kind of wrapped a lot of things up into a bow and didn't leave you hanging. Doesn't leave you in anticipation like, ooh, I can't wait for the next one. It's like, oh, okay. I hope they come back, but if they don't, they don't. So that's kind of how that is. I really feel they should have left on that cliffhanger there. And since we're getting spoiled as fans lately, with Marvel and Star Wars and Star Trek, with shows coming out all the time, we have to wait until November or December, I forget which it is, for the Book of Fett to come out to get our next Star Wars fix. AEW Wrestling kicked off its new show Rampage on Friday. I so much prefer wrestling shows in a 1-hour format. I love wrestling, and I've loved wrestling since I was a kid. Running home, more of a waddle, from CCD, which CCD is kind of like Sunday school, if you don't know what CCD is, to catch WWF Superstars on Saturday mornings. 1 hour is great. It moves along, and it ends leaving you wanting more. Like, oh, I really could watch some more wrestling. 2 hours isn't bad, but God forbid you get into 3, 4, 5 hour territory. Those shows are just too long, and you get into where is this going to end. The other nice thing about 1 hour shows is you have a lot of premium, for lack of a better term, wrestlers on them, premium talent on those shows, and they don't cross paths as much when you only get them for an hour or two a week as you do when it's 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and they're just constantly having to bump into the same people. It keeps things fresh to have a shorter show. That being said, that's about it for this week's video. The bike should be up and running tomorrow, so next week we should have more scenery coming off of the Pix Pro 360 camera. Monster Bass is also due to arrive tomorrow, so worst case scenario, next week we should have Monster Bass unboxing, unless I can get that punched out as a bonus video this week. And of course, go in the comments. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about. I'm doing this channel for me, but I also want to talk to you as part of this channel. So please go in the comments. Let's start a discussion. Please remember also to do the whole like, share, and subscribe. Follow me at Big Dirty Biker on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Linktree. I've got everything in a Linktree for you. Instagram, etc. at The Big Dirty Biker. And of course, I'll catch you on down the road. Thank you.